The HDB resale market is expected to stabilise further in the months ahead, with latest quarterly figures revealing its slowest price growth in nearly 5 years. This marks the fourth consecutive stretch of declining growth for HDB resale prices, a trend analysts say is likely to continue. They expect the final quarter to see buyers who are likely to opt for new build-to-order launches or flats with shorter waiting times instead of resale ones. Alexandra Anand reports.
All signs are pointing to it. The HDB resale market is cooling, with just over 7,100 flats changing hands between July and September, a 10% drop from the same period a year ago. Prices also inched up by 0.4%, marking the lowest quarterly increase since the second quarter of 2020. Analysts say this is largely because BTO flats are in better locations, and many now have a shorter waiting time, reducing the need to turn to the resale market.
There was also a change in policy where the allocation of BTO flats to second-timers who are buying larger flats by 5 percentage points. So that, in a way, increases the chances of a second-timer getting a BTO flat, and this may have pulled some demand away from the resale market.
He adds that some buyers may also be holding off until the next BTO sales exercise in October. It will see more than 9,000 new flats offered, including some in brand new estates like the Greater Southern Waterfront and Mount Pleasant in Toa Payoh. Of these, more than a third will have a wait time of less than 3 years.
This has actually lessened this fear among some home buyers that they could be missing out as home prices continue to rise, and if they don't buy now, they could be buying a more expensive flat or paying more for a flat later on. And this has actually caused some of the buyers who do not urgently need a flat to take their time to search for one.
Meanwhile, in the private home market, transactions jumped nearly 30% in the third quarter compared with the previous quarter. It was driven by more launches. That's despite cooling measures in July, which saw the seller stamp duty raised.
It actually tells us that the demand in the market is very resilient, and most buyers actually look at property as a mid to long-term investment and not for short-term gains, which is why the cooling measure did not have an effect on their decision to actually buy a property in the third quarter of the year.
With up to 5 launches expected in the months ahead, analysts say private home prices are likely to stay stable. That's as developers are expected to price their projects more competitively to attract buyers.